Hi, I'm Stavros. Good morning and welcome. And yes, I did promise you all this video for a long time, guys. This is the battle of the V8s. So our 3 V8 Scanias are parked up here. We're going to take them on a test drive and let you guys decide which one sounds best. Let's go. So we'll start off first by taking out the 17-year-old Scania 164L V8 480. We'll take that first. Then we'll come back and we'll take out the Scania R560, also with its V8 of course. And last but not least, the truck that I regularly drive, the Scania S580 with its V8. So there they are, all 3 trucks lined up. So let's get behind the wheel of the 164L first and see what it sounds like. Okay, off we go in the 17-year-old 164L V8 480. There is a hill just to the left of this roundabout, so I'll drive each truck up this hill and I'll let you guys decide which V8 sounds best. And off we go. So I just had the window down just a small little bit, and I'll do that on the other trucks as well. And we're just in 12th gear here now. So some of you may have seen the video I shot where we put this truck on a dyno just to see how much power it has lost in its 17 years on the fleet. So when this truck was new, it had 2,300 Newton meters of torque. So we found out that it lost 220 Newton meters of torque and also 20 horsepower. So not a whole lot of power has been lost in its 17 years on the fleet. But this truck won't be going anywhere soon, guys. It's staying on the fleet forever, I would say. But my brothers just love this truck too much, so it ain't leaving the fleet, guys. But anyway, we are going to make our way back to base and we're going to hop into the Scania R560 from 2014, the truck I used to drive, and we will see how that sounds, guys. Okay, we're now in the Scania R560, so 6 years old at the moment. And what mileage is on this now? 675,000 kilometers. So I drove this truck from new before I then moved up to the S580, and I clocked up 622,000 kilometers in this truck. So let's just make our way up the hill. We are in auto power mode. Opti-Cruise gearbox. Let's go. Okay, and there we are back into 12th gear. So this truck develops 2,700 Newton meters of torque from its V8 engine, of course. And yeah, this truck is running quite well. When I was driving it, I was getting up to 8.7 miles per gallon. Of course, on the new S series, it's performing better than that. I have it up to 9.4 at the moment. During the cold weather, you can always expect lower MPG figures. But this one at the moment is reading particularly low at 7.16 miles per gallon. So that's not good at all. So yeah, I think the driver should be keeping it in auto eco mode. But you can always get auto power mode turned off in these trucks if you want, to stop drivers wasting fuel. Yeah, so let's make our way back to the base, guys, and let's hop into the S580. So we're now in behind the wheel of the Scania S580 from 2020, of course. So I've now clocked up 61,000 kilometers on this truck. As you know, recently had a bit of a problem with dirty diesel, and I was down in Nolan's and they changed the fuel filters, and now it's running absolutely fine, no issues whatsoever. So we're just coming up to that hill now, guys. Turn left, and I suppose I'll keep it into auto power mode for this test. I always drive this truck in auto eco mode just to save on fuel. Okay, so off we go. Let's power it up. And there we are in 12th gear in the OptiCruise gearbox. So yeah, this truck has 3,000 Newton meters of torque, plenty of power. So hopping into this truck from the R560, it's like night and day, guys. The sound levels are so much more reduced in this truck, and of course the comfort on the front axle, because it is on air, it's in a different league. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's up to you guys, which one sounds best. So I leave it up to you. I won't tell you which one I think, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it wide open for you guys. The S580, of course, you know, it has the flat floor and the 4 steps up into the cab. Yeah, I really like the flat floor in these trucks. Now, I have been having another small little issue with the S580, and it's with the infotainment screen. Now, as you can see, I have my phone connected there, and we have the Apple CarPlay icon. Now, what would happen is the screen would freeze. So you would press Apple CarPlay, and then this screen would go completely blank, so you wouldn't be able to play your music. Now, you can still see your phone calls coming in, and you would press answer, but then you can't hear the person talking out through the speakers on the truck. So It's a bit of a mystery, guys, as to why these systems are freezing. Now, you see what I'm doing here now? I'm keeping my finger pressed on the off switch, and you have to do this for 30 seconds. So if it ever does happen to you that the screen freezes, do this for 30 seconds, keeping it pressed, and then you will leave go and do nothing. Just wait for about 5 seconds and the SCANIA Griffin will show up on the screen, and then the whole screen will be reset, and you should have no issue then with a freezing screen. Not for a while anyway. But so I will leave it go, just wait, keep waiting a few seconds, the SCANIA Griffin will show up and it will then go into the screen, and then it should be all reset, should be all done. You can go back to home and then the Apple CarPlay should show up. There you go. So if it ever happens to you guys, you know what to do. Pretty simple, and let's hope it doesn't happen to you too often, because it's happened to me a few times already. But of course, Volkswagen have been having issues with infotainment screens in not only the Golf 8 but also the new Volkswagen ID3 and ID4. So it's an issue that Volkswagen need to sort out pretty quick, because customers are getting a bit tired of the freezing screens. Okay, now let's move on. Yeah, we're having another small issue with this truck, guys, where the driver has to hop in through the passenger side because of the door lock. Yeah, so if I were to close this now, I wouldn't be able to open it. Yeah, just another small issue, guys. The truck is getting old, you know how it is. But there you go, the old layout of the 164, and of course the 12-speed gearbox with your range changer there and your splitter switch. So yeah, that's how the old layout looked, and of course the bunk up above the windscreen and the ladder as well that you would pull down to hop up onto the bunk, and the back bunk there you fold down. Yeah, but you can see, look at the size of the hump, guys. Compared to the S580. I mean, that's very big, isn't it? Okay, let's now watch. Locked. Let's move on to 2014, the R560 V8. Okay, let's hop inside, and of course you'll notice straight away how much less of a hump there is there to the 164L. Okay, hopping up into the R560, and we have the upper bunk there as well, still with the plastic on the bed, and yeah, the smaller sunroof of course than the S580. Yeah, and the dashboard layout also with the Optic Cruise gearbox. Yeah, and I also had issues with this screen freezing as well, and you would have to do the same thing again, turn it off and turn it back on. So yeah, I had issues with that also, okay, when I was driving the truck. But anyway, guys, there you have it, the 3 V8s. Okay, so please do comment below which of these V8s sounded the best, the R560, the 164L, or the S580. I want to hear it, guys, and then maybe during our Christmas Day video we will reveal as to how many votes each truck got. So you'll have to comment below, and comment on Instagram, comment on Twitter, whatever you want, and we'll add them all up and we'll reveal it on Christmas Day as to which one of these got the most amount of votes for the best sound. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you all again next weekend for another video. Thanks. Cheers! V8 engine. Let's sound out. Let's, oh god. Exactly. How come that's locked? I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, guys. Anyway, let's get to it. Side. God. So our 3.8